everything.
He can just move wherever he wants, really. Yeah.
Very fast character. Lots of fantastic combos out of a lot of different moves. You saw down tilt earlier was his initial poke. That's a frame 5 move. Combos into a lot of different things at any given percent. Nair, dash attack, another fantastic move. Yeah, usually you'll see a Greninja getting at least 2 or 3 hits every time he wins neutral.
Yep.
If they know their combos anyway.
And I'm sure that Arc will know his combos.
I assume so. Yeah. He's a bit of a veteran of the scene. Used to place decently well for a period in Smash 4. Even as a young kid entering the scene.
Yep. So right now we got the FD, both these characters. I'm not sure if both these characters like to have the platforms, or me Sword Fighter obviously has a sword. Oh, unfortunately he doesn't catch it with the. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And that's what you get. You drop a combo, you die.
Yeah.
That's something you can expect. Is from at least at this level of competition, you expect to cop a lot every time you miss.
Yeah. And unfortunately, the parry onto the tornado.
Parry. And Greninja fast enough to punish it.
Those up airs just punishing him heavily. Tries to hit him with the up smash as he falls, but the chakram hitting him as he tries to go in. Yeah. I didn't notice he has the reversal swirl.
Yep. So it's the way that Miso avoids to get out-camped himself, or their self, I should say.
Yep.
Yeah, the reflector on top of having 2 projectiles means they can play the keep away game extremely effectively regardless of what their opponent likes to do. And I think that's why the FD pick was chosen. FD is actually fantastic for Greninja combos. The platforms can actually mess him up in a lot of scenarios.
Okay, all right.
But FD doesn't mean that the platforms can be used to get around these projectiles that he'll be throwing out. So in theory, I understand why both of these players were fine with going to FD.
Yep.
It was basically so that they could both play their game as much as they wanted.
At this point, it's basically just both the players trying to exert themselves and to see what they want to do. So
that's exactly right.
We just saw I believe it was the back air to take the stock there.
Forward air.
Forward air from Greninja to take the stock.
It's a nice slow move, so it's actually really handy for catching spot dodges.
Oh, okay, cool.
It'll catch the end of a spot dodge on somebody who's expecting a quick aerial.
Yeah.
Greninja doesn't actually really have, both Nair and Fair are frame 15 or something like that, so he doesn't have that immediate get off me sort of option.
Oh, that was unfortunate. Benjo actually was in the perfect spot to punish that air dodge, but he decided to throw out the chakram rather than hitting him with an aerial.
He'd already committed to doing something else and not been there in time to punish. Understandable.
Throwing out the tornado, trying to hit that the get up or roll option.
So the tornado will actually hit while he's on ledge.
Oh,
if his invincibility has run out, which it hadn't, it will actually pick you up from the ledge. And set you up to die as well.
That's a really good projectile. That's what you're saying to me.
I'm telling you, that move is ridiculous.
Yeah. But looks like the game started off quite even, but looks like Ark's trying to figure out the game plan a little bit here. Benjo's only taking the one stock with the down air while he's falling.
Yeah, Ark is really just not letting Benjo set up his camp.
That's right.
He's just staying within a certain range that he can punish something that's thrown out and deal with it while he doesn't get to... Yeah, Benjo doesn't get to sit across stage. As you see, you throw a tornado too close to your opponent, it's actually laggy enough that you will just die.
I also noticed one thing that Ark recognized, he did really, really well there, was in that first stock where Benjo had the opportunity to kill with the up B in the air after hitting him with the tornado, he DI'd correctly, air dodged down, and he went to the place where he's in free fall after the up B. And he knew that it was laggy enough that he could get the stock quite easily. Hits him with the F smash and takes the stock really, really well there when it just turns around that stock quite well.
It's just great positional awareness.
Yeah.
Being in the right spot at the right time, knowing where he wants to be. So we're sticking to our guns here. I don't know if either of these players play any other characters. But
we'll have to see. Maybe if Benjo does win this one, we might see Arc swap. Who knows?
Could be. So we've gone to Pokemon Stadium 2, a longer stage still compared to FD. A lot of people say it's a really fantastic stage for projectile campers in particular because of its length. Allows you a lot of space to run away. I think... So I'm actually a Greninja main myself.
Okay, yep.
I love this stage for Greninja.
Okay.
Because with all his mobility and whatever else, and he's got a projectile himself, he wants the ability to run around and be wherever he wants to be, be far from his opponent, be close, depending on the situation.
And we can see that. We can see that Ark's using that to his advantage. He's just moving back and forth, dash chasing quite well, throwing out those projectiles.
He's not putting himself in a lot of danger. He's happy to chill at the other end of the stage if he wants to.
If you just if you look at his spacing right now, he's not even getting close to Benjo until he does something that he either has recognized he's understood.
He's missed the up B again. Unfortunate.
Yeah. Throws out the F smash though, but does get shielded. Hits him with the F tilt.
Yep.
That the water.
Catches the air dodge in. Reese's defensive option a minute in advance. Just gets him for it.
Just hits him with that huge read right there. Tornado. Unfortunately, can't capitalize on it.
Nah, he's caught him too high.
Yeah.
As I said, it's got set knockback. It actually won't change whether he's at 0 or 130.
Yeah.
So it really is just dependent on where Greninja is when he gets hit by it as to whether or not Benjo is going to be able to secure a kill.
Benjo is just looking. It seems like he's just looking for opportunities to kill with only Tornado at this point. He's not. He's a bit. That's gonna do it. That's gonna.
I mean, he's got it. Yeah. But you're absolutely right. It was a bit of a one-track mind there. Like he's not sure what else he might be able to do to get that kill. So he's just banking on that one option working eventually if he picks his spot right. And he did. So power to him.
Yeah. And but the thing is, Ark's already recognized that that's the only option that Benjo is really going for. He did throw out that F smash that was shielded, unfortunately. But the main option that he's going for to try and take the stock is this Tornado option.
Yeah.
So as long as Ark can play far enough away, it can perhaps read that option and jump over it and punish it. It's quite tough for Benjo to get in. But that up tilt, trying to get it in with the fair, but doesn't work out.
At the moment, we actually see Benjo has taken a lead. Like. He's been consistently running away with his chakrams and just chipping away at him and just racking up this damage. Nickel and dime.
Yeah, that's right. Just slowly wear him out. And Benjo, unfortunately, couldn't capitalize on that Tornado. I think it was a little bit too far away. Didn't expect it to hit, maybe.
Perhaps, yeah. I mean, that's half the challenge, like the hit confirming is being in the right spot if it has hit, recognizing and reacting to that fact. And, yeah, then you can punish. He's coming in with these down airs pretty frequently, actually. I mean, he's catching sometimes, but I don't know if he necessarily wants to be chasing people down with it like that.
Yeah. He's going for it. Again, I'm surprised that Ark isn't,
got caught by a landing hitbox there, which can be surprising. Like, sometimes a move has an extra hitbox when you land that catches people off guard.
I know that I get hit by Pikachu and Pichu's down air all the time. The landing hitbox.
Exactly the same thing. And again, it's a very aggressive landing, but it's not actually that slow. Like, he is able to spot dodge immediately afterwards. Ark, I'm not sure if he's just doing it because he thinks Me Sword Fighter is heavier than he is, but he's not killing off of these down tilts, which I'm kind of surprised by.
The Greninja?
Yeah, so Greninja down tilt is a ridiculous move. It can combo into basically whatever you like at most percents, but at about 100 to the 120-ish range, down tilt into up smash is a true kill confirm.
Okay.
And then after that, down tilt into fair is a true kill confirm. And down tilt into up air is a true kill confirm. Like, at this point, he can probably... I mean, he cleans it up with just a raw fair in that case. But yeah, he keeps going for these down tilt back airs and just continuing damage, which he doesn't need to, I don't think.
Yeah. So, one thing I noticed... hits him well.
Catches the air dodge. So he's recognized that he's not actually confirming a lot of these things and Ark's air dodging immediately.
Yep.
And he's covered that with a nice long-lasting hitbox in fair. Really intelligent adaptation from that play.
I definitely feel like Benjo's really kind of felt himself out a little bit more. I'm not too sure if it's a stage or he's just understood what Ark's trying to do in the matchup a little bit more. But Benjo looking much better in this game. I actually would like to see this go to a game 3. I
would be interested to see what happens if we make it to a third game.
This isn't a matchup you really get to see too often, so I'd really like to see it a little
there's
bit more.
not that. Oh my goodness! Catches the air dodge with the F smash. That was such a brilliant setup.
Yeah, Benjo is feeling himself, even up the percentage a little bit more.
He's got. I think he's definitely got a better rhythm on what Ark's defensive patterns are, and punishing him more accordingly for it. I think that's a lot of part of, it's not just understanding your opponent's game plan. The next part is to understand what they're in particular doing in like certain offensive situations, and especially what they're doing in defensive situations.
Yep.
And that's the one that I think Benjo's caught onto especially. But he continued to air dodge in on stage, and he's gotten punished for that a couple times, and unfortunately not adapted quickly enough.
That punish, unfortunately, was strong enough to take